Starting my video again, I don't know, I mucked up the first one. So anyway, so if you've got a flat tyre, first thing you need to do, find somewhere safe to park. Park out of the way. You better not to worry about the tyre, damaging the tyre, driving that little bit extra. Get off the road, get out of the way, get where you're safe. How many times you read a bad story where somebody's changing a tyre, bang, gets cleaned up by another car. Doesn't work out too good. And then obviously you got to put your handbrake on and put your car in park, right? And then you need to find your compartment where your jack is. Get your jack out. And in this car, the wheel is underneath the car, and to lower it down, you've got this little nodule here, and you screw that anti-clockwise, and it lowers the thread down. And then it was clipped up. It was clipped up here with that clip there. So you push it up and it drops down. Yeah, so much for that. Anyway, so we need the jack and the wheel spinner. So we go around to the car. Now before you start actually jacking it up, if you've got a rock or a branch or something, and if you can, like where this car is, it's actually on a downhill, so plenty of cars have rolled off their jacks. So putting a brick under the wheel, or a rock or a branch, something, if your car rolls off its jack, you're in all sorts of problems. Now to jack your car up, there's normally a little spot on most cars designed for the jack. So in this one, hello Poppy. Where's my camera? There's a little lip here, and that's designed for the jack. You can see that. That's it there. Okay. Alright Poppy, I'm just going to put the camera up because I can't hold it wide to do the jacking. Hey, good girl. There's a little, lovely little girl. Okay. I'll just put that there. And I'll get my jack in position. And then I'm going to actually I'll loosen my wheel nuts before I put this up. I'm not sure it's going to fit. There you go. So the other thing is you need a reasonable solid area for your jack to work. I think this goes up and slots in there. Okay, so before I take the weight off the wheel, I'm going to loosen my wheel nuts. So is that in the right position? Yep. So when you go to loosen the wheel nuts, it's anti-clockwise in a car anyway. In some vehicles, like heavier commercial vehicles, trucks and things, they're often left and right thread. Right, these are just the right hand thread, so to loosen your wheel nuts, it's anti-clockwise, or if you're just stuck with digital clocks and you forget about which is clockwise and anti-clockwise, just remember that right, if you go right down, that's tight, right for tight, left for loose. So if you push the left to the ground, that's going loosening it. Okay. Now if depending on what type of person you are, and if it's a big effort for you to push down, you can actually put your foot on it a little bit and give it a little bit of weight. Okay, depending on what you're wearing. So okay, you just loosen these off. Okay, so you've got your brick behind the wheel, you've got your car in park, and you've got your handbrake on. But if you're facing downhill, you have the brick in front of your wheel. The main thing, you don't want your car to move, because if it moves, your jack comes off, you're in trouble. The jack falls over, rolls. Okay, so you wind this up. You can see with the jack there. I'll just move this camera back a bit. You can see the jack. So I'm winding it up. Then you lift it right up. One thing to consider is with your tyres, you want good tyres all the way around, and you don't want an old roughie for a spare, because once you put your spare on, you haven't got a spare. You don't want it, and then you could be stuck in the middle of nowhere like this poor person was, and their spare tyre, when I got it down, it was underneath their car, it was actually flat. So it didn't work for them, but I sorted them out anyway. Okay. Okay, so once that's pull it up, I'll try to get this done fairly quick. There. See it moves, so it's clear, right? Okay, so put these wheel nuts off. I just got to check the camera, see if I'm in the right spot there. Yep. See everything's going on. I might bring the mic over a bit more so you can hear me. Bring my spare tyre over. Oh, so what's an interesting thing with tyres, with wheels, when they go, oh, it's a 16, 17 or 18 inch, they're talking about, so like here, right, and it's actually, that's in inches, see, so this is 18 inch, and then, camera, yeah, so this is an 18 inch, right, the 55 is the height from the rim to the end of the tyre, right? And the 235 is the distance. Oh, my mic dropped. Sorry about that. Is the distance of the bitumen that's actually on the rubber that's actually on the road. So you want plenty of good bitumen, good rubber onto your road for good grip. So when you're ordering tyres, what often happens is they'll have a different size for the spare, because often when I look at my tyres, even if they've got plenty of tread on them, if they're old and they're cracked and they've been in the sun a lot and even they haven't been used, they're still I still consider that they need replacing. Anyway, so then the other thing is with these alloyed wheels, often once you get all these nuts off and that, sometimes they sort of sit there pretty tight, so you actually have to bang hard on the tyre or on the rubber to loosen them, to break their sort of seize on there a bit. So anyway, then okay, let's just say we've put the new wheel on. So normally when you take the wheel off, before you put the other one on, I like to just slide the wheel I've taken off under the car like that, just as a safety thing. If the car falls, it moves on the jack, it's not going to fall on the ground, and I've still got a chance to get my jack out and correct myself. Anyway, I'll just finish quickly taking this off, put my spare on. I'll get distracted here. If you don't loosen the wheel nuts off before the weight's taken off the tyre, then the wheel turns on you and it becomes a difficult situation. So loosen the wheel nuts off. So I've got, this is an old car. I bought it in 2009. It was new when I bought it. We just keep it as one we go in the bush and travel with now. It's actually been pretty good to us. Okay. I know these are a bit loose because so normally I would take this one and slide under there while I put my spare on, but I'm just going to put this one back on. But we'll just